$1.35.
All right, thanks, Elise. Well, whether your refrigerator is overflowing or if your host sent you home with a doggy bag of treats, today is all about Thanksgiving leftovers. Some people think they're the best part of Thanksgiving dinner. But the experts at Bon Appetit's Test Kitchen say that you can do much better than just reheating and eating them. With just a couple tweaks, you can give your leftovers some love and turn yesterday's feast into something fabulous. I got a chance to catch up earlier with Christina Che, an associate editor at the magazine, to get the scoop on how to dress up your leftovers. Take a look at this segment. So what can we do with the turkey? I mean, a lot of people love to load up a sandwich. Are there some more unique things we can try?
So a turkey sandwich is definitely like a classic for a reason. It's just one of the best. The sandwich is such a good vehicle for all of those leftover components, the turkey, the roasted vegetables, what have you. But one thing that, that we like to do is we take some leftover chilled gravy, mix it in with some mayo and a little bit of miso.
Delicious.
And mix it up, and it becomes this totally new spread that is also this fantastic way of using up gravy in a way that you might never have thought of before.
The miso, kind of like an Asian fusion Thanksgiving.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so that's one way that you would make yours quite different. Are there more creative things that we can try with the turkey?
Yeah, I think it's all about what you are going for. Sometimes it's like, okay, I ate dinner. I woke up the next morning feeling like I never want to eat again. And so maybe you're looking for something that's lighter. And in that case, one great way of using up leftover turkey is to throw it in a really fresh salad.
Nice,
and
which we're seeing right there.
So this one right here, you have crunchy fresh cabbage.
Delicious.
Which adds that sort of slaw-like vibe. You have a really bracing acidic dressing. And then you have all kinds of fun things, fresh herbs, chopped nuts, things that are just going to add crunch and freshness, the kinds of things you want after a really heavy meal.
Yeah, a lighter, healthier version
so that's
when we're recovering.
Right, exactly. So that's the healthy option.
And so maybe the not so healthy option, the stuffing. That's always my favorite. There's a lot of unique things you can do with that too.
I mean, honestly, my favorite thing to do is just eat it straight out of the pan, cold the next day.
I'm with you.
But I will say that one thing that I had never thought of before this year was stuffing fried rice.
Stuffing fried rice? I like the sound of that.
So, and you can see, I mean, it looks
delicious.
Gorgeous, crispy, crunchy. And basically what you're doing is, let's say you have leftover stuffing, whether it's cornbread or something else. This one happens to be cornbread. You reheat the stuffing in a skillet with some butter, crisp it up and get that nice golden layer on it. Then you add rice, and then you add, you know, classic fried rice flavoring agents, garlic, ginger, scallions, soy sauce. You scramble up a couple of eggs in there and you stir fry it all. And then, it, you know, you just have this completely radical stuffing leftover dish that is absolutely amazing.
My mouth is actually watering. I wish we had a demo happening right now so we could try this. So one other thing that we see a lot of leftovers of is the pumpkin puree. It's like, what do you do with it?
The pumpkin puree, I feel, I'm a big advocate of choosing recipes where you'll just use the whole can, but sometimes, you know, people like to stock up and have extra cans.
Right.
One thing that I am obsessed with is this pumpkin bread, which you can think of as like a loaf cake. And it's super rich and moist. It uses up any leftover like pureed pumpkin that you might have around, and then you spread it with some salted maple butter, which is basically just butter whipped together with some maple syrup and some salt. And this is something that you want to dig into for breakfast or as a snack the next day. It's perfect for that.
The pumpkin spice is all on trend, obviously. PSL, everybody's all about it. But I did go to a cafe the other day, and they served me something that tasted like it was actually real pumpkin in the latte, as opposed to just this fake flavoring spice. So is that something that you can do at home? Can you actually use the real puree and make a latte out of it?
There is absolutely no reason why you can't.
Hey, okay.
And if you happen to have a leftover half a can, absolutely, you can take that puree, you can heat up some milk and stir in some espresso or really strong coffee.
Nice.
And then go to town, add some cinnamon, add some maple syrup.
Okay, I'm gonna try that one at home. Yeah, perfect. The one thing though I never know what to do with is the cranberries. It's like, I know. What can you do with that?
I know, no one really wants to deal with a raw cranberry, but I think one thing that people don't think of is to use them for drinks.
Okay.
Cranberries,
Drinks,
when they're
interesting.
cooked in a very simple syrup for cocktails or for non-alcoholic, you know, just like a cranberry seltzer kind of situation,
Really?
is so great. And so, you know, we do this fun spin on a champagne cocktail where you have...
That looks tasty.
Yeah, it's delicious. You make a really quick cranberry syrup, cranberries, sugar, and then you mix it with, you know, some champagne or some seltzer, and then all of a sudden you have this very festive feeling drink that doesn't feel like Thanksgiving at all.
And what is this one called?
This one's called the Cran Royale, which is a play on a Kir Royale.
I would have never thought of doing that. Very cool. I will be trying that one. And then just a last question. You know, we don't want that turkey or the dressing to get dry. What do you do with it to keep it from drying out?
I would always recommend giving it a hand. You want to put the turkey into something where dryness isn't going to be a problem. Make a soup, put it in a pot pie, you know, just help it out.
Right, yes.
And it will help you.
Right, because that'll just keep it on living, the gift that keeps on living.
Exactly. For 2 or 3 days at least.
Perfect. Well, now I am hungry. Thanks to you, Christina. We really appreciate you being here. So Christina tells us that if you keep your leftovers refrigerated, you should be safe to eat most of them for at least 2 days. So to see those tips again, you can head to our website, cbsnewyork.com.